4. Keynesianism on American soil: theoretical reflection and justification. Keynesianism is seen as a theoretical reflection and justification of state monopoly capitalism, widespread in both England and the USA. In the USA, it aligns with Veblenism, which influenced American economic thought during the general crisis of capitalism. Common ground: Veblen and Keynes, influenced by the crises of capitalism, sought new methods to defend capitalism. They both focused on chronic mass unemployment as a starting point for their theories. Keynes' influence. Keynes observed chronic unemployment and economic crises more extensively, particularly the Great Depression, 1929 to 1933, and developed a more comprehensive program for preserving capitalism, which gained popularity in the USA. Development of new theories. During and after World War II, American economic thought produced various theories reflecting state monopoly capitalism, intertwining ideas of Keynes and Veblen. The mixed economy theory by Keynesian technocrat Stuart Chase is one such example. Stuart Chase's theory of a mixed economy. Chase aimed to address post-war challenges like unemployment and resource utilization. He claimed that the USA had entered an age of abundance, with the capacity to meet the needs of every family, yet acknowledged the reality of unmet potential. Contradictions of capitalism. The high production capacity in capitalist countries could, under socialism, provide a better living standard. However, capitalism prioritizes profit, leading to poverty, unemployment, and exploitation despite production growth. Depression-era observations. Chase vividly describes the Great Depression, portraying an alien observer witnessing the absurdity of idle factories, rotting crops, and unemployed masses. The crisis was not due to natural disasters but economic system failures. Unemployment as a major issue. Unemployment became chronic during the general crisis of capitalism, challenging the notion of the unemployed as lazy. Most unemployed people want to work but lack opportunities, posing a threat to bourgeois society. Necessity for change. Chase argues that unemployment, a cancer of modern society, cannot persist indefinitely. He emphasizes the need to maintain employment levels achieved during the war, ensuring citizens remain integrated and productive members of society. Stuart Chase's view. Chase, a bourgeois economist, acknowledges that the existing economic system in the age of abundance fails to provide the majority with decent living conditions and security, leading to poverty, crises, unemployment, and wastage of resources. Reasons for economic issues. Chase attributes these issues to outdated traditional views and ideas rather than the fundamental flaws of capitalism itself. He believes that changing these views will solve problems like unemployment and poverty. Critique of traditional economics. Traditional bourgeois economic theories, which relied on the spontaneous market mechanism, are criticized for ignoring unemployment as a real issue, often viewing it as a result of worker mobility or reluctance. Impact of crises. The Great Depression and World War II challenged traditional economic doctrines, revealing their inadequacies and leading to new theories like those of Keynes, which influenced Chase's concept of a mixed economy. Mixed economy. Chase advocates for a mixed economy, where state regulation plays a significant role in managing the economy, balancing private entrepreneurship with government oversight to prevent crises and unemployment. Critique of capitalism. Chase's ideas inadvertently highlight the failures of capitalism, but he believes state regulation can transform it into a planned and orderly system, eliminating crises and unemployment. Family analogy. Chase uses the analogy of a pioneer family to describe an economy where everyone works together harmoniously, suggesting an absence of class conflict in a regulated economy. Role of capitalists and workers. He envisions an economy with cooperative capitalists who prioritize public interest alongside profit and flexible workers who collaborate without strikes or sabotage. Insufficient consumption. Chase identifies insufficient personal consumption as the immediate cause of crises and unemployment, advocating for increased consumption, even through military spending, to maintain employment. War as an economic stimulus. Chase argues that wartime spending demonstrated how crises and unemployment could be avoided, drawing from Keynesian ideas and highlighting the war's role in reducing unemployment. Praise of war economy. Chase's idealization of war as a solution to economic issues highlights the failures of capitalism and bourgeois economic thought, raising questions about an economic system reliant on war for functionality. Fear of contradictions. The monopoly bourgeoisie, afraid of capitalism's contradictions, turns to war and militarization for maximum profits, with Chase's ideas reflecting this trend among post-war U.S. bourgeois economists. Bankruptcy of economic schools. Both old and new bourgeois economic schools are seen as bankrupt when Chase suggests shifting the focus from profit to consumption as the main economic motive. Capitalism and human needs. Chase admits capitalism struggles to utilize productive forces when profit is the goal, but insists such a shift is possible with state help, ignoring the need for economic change that socialism offers. Public works as a solution. Chase promotes public works to counteract crises and unemployment, seeing them as compatible with private enterprise and beneficial during economic downturns, although they often benefit monopolies. Mixed economy advocacy. Chase and others, like Ayers, advocate for a mixed economy where state intervention supports capitalism, though Ayers suggests a social security system to boost consumption and redistribute income. State regulation limitations. Moulton and others argue for state regulation without undermining capitalism, aiming to balance crises and profits, reflecting state monopoly capitalism's focus on maximizing profits for monopolies. Military spending justification. In post-war U.S., theories praising war and militarization as crisis prevention tools flourish, aligning with American imperialism's global dominance ambitions and calls for international control. Misinterpretation of state role. Bourgeois economists falsely portray state regulation as benefiting the whole nation, ignoring its real function of serving monopolists at the expense of the working class and small bourgeoisie. Planning economy. True economic planning requires public ownership and socialism. As under capitalism, private ownership prevents effective planning, evidenced by historical failures in the U.S. economy. Stalin's insight. Stalin argued that without ending private ownership, planned economies are impossible, a view supported by post-war failures of state intervention to prevent crises and unemployment. Technocrats' calculations. American technocrats' Keynesians calculated needs based on a gold standard, but in capitalist conditions, such calculations are irrelevant, only highlighting the disparities faced by American workers. Class harmony fallacy. Chase's notion of class harmony in a family economy is refuted by ongoing strikes and inequality, exposing the lack of harmony in a society driven by monopoly exploitation.